Welcome to the P.S.F.L. Super Bowl broadcast. We're going to be broadcasting the 2029 season Super Bowl between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. With me today are Yeti, who's been doing all the commentary for the game so far and doing a great job, and Zach. How's it going, Yeti?
Oh, doing pretty good. Getting a workout on my voice. All
Yeah,
these
and
games, but excited to see how it goes down. I got undefeated season plus Santoro's first time. I think he's the first one to go to 3 Super Bowls, and so it should be an exciting matchup. He's flown under the radar, but Santoro's looking strong in the playoffs, and so just we'll see if Minnesota can complete the perfect season. They've been great so far. We'll see how this. It's going to be the ultimate test, I feel like, against Santoro's offense and the Cincinnati Bengals. So we'll see if that defense can hold up. I feel like Minnesota's going to get their yardage. You know, Santoro's defense has kind of been hit or miss sometimes, and so I think the Vikings will get their yardage. And it'll be a matter of the matchup between, I think, the Bengals offense and the Minnesota defense, and that's what this game's going to come down to.
yeah, I'm excited for it. I have no idea why we're kind of talking about the game. I'm gonna go ahead and do the imports here and get into the game. But yeah, as far as the game, I think it's two good storylines. Undefeated, as you already mentioned, Yeti, and then Bengals have a chance to be our first two-time champion in the league. So we'll see. I am well privy to just how under the radar the Bengals have been, given that they knocked me out already. So yeah, I mean, their offense isn't quite what it was back in their historic record-setting numbers they had a few years ago. But they're any game they're able to kind of show us what they can do and put those numbers up any again. So I think the Vikings will hold them down, but it's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah,
How
I
you
agree.
feeling?
I think it.
I
Yeah,
was just going to say, how you feeling out, Zimmer?
I think it's a really dangerous game. I mean, going undefeated makes you look like you should be the favorite, but I'm really nervous about the Bengals offense. I don't think their record reflects how good they are. I think they had a lot of injuries this season, and I'm not super confident, but we'll see. I think I have some ideas that hopefully will help me out.
Yeah, I don't think you've been confident all playoffs though, and you've managed to come out unscathed. So that
I'm, I'm,
seems to be a good omen. As soon as you get confident, you'll lose one. So I'm gonna
yeah, I don't
make
know.
it
I
to
just
19-0.
a lot of good teams. There's a lot of luck involved in these games. There's only so much you can do.
That's the
I checked to see,
truth.
and at least the Bengals don't have any wide receivers named Tyree, so that's good.
Yeah. Ugh. God.
But they got
Good
a
for you, I should
Jamar,
say.
so that's
I
kind
was
of
I
like,
was hoping for a loss so long this season. I know that sounds terrible, but I would have felt a lot better about the whole year if I had one loss under my belt. I feel like it's just
yeah,
been
I know.
coming the
It's
whole,
just
whole
like when
season.
you don't have a loss, you're like, I'm just due. It's kind of like when you get a streak when you're playing blackjack or something, and you're like, I'm just due for a loss.
That's kind of the feeling I've got about this game.
All right, go ahead and sim it and save it and watch it.
I'm really scared about the Bengals starting to use running quarterback plays that have seemed to be really effective for them. I
Right?
think being able to take that out of the game is going to be important because I think I could see more of that than we saw in the Ravens game. I think my running defense looked kind of weak against the 49ers, and I think that Centaur will hone in on that, especially after how well my pass defense played against Yeti. So I expect a lot of running, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'd say play speed maybe just slightly slower if you don't mind. Yeah, there you go. Sweet. Get it going. See how it goes. Vikings versus Bengals for the Super Bowl.
So what were y'all scores predictions? I had 24 Vikings, 20 Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go with 34-31 Bengals.
Let me look up the actual pickup number I used so that I don't misquote myself. Mhm.
I saw some high scoring predictions, so surprising or more high
And
scoring than I was expecting.
slow. I think the Bengals will win by at least a touchdown. I think they'll probably score like 34 points. That would be my guess.
Jeez, we'll see.
All right, well, let's get this game kicked off and see who's taking home the trophy. We're either going to get an undefeated team or our first two-time Super Bowl champion, so that's pretty exciting. Bengals are going to kick it off first. Maybe if you could do the animation speed a little bit slower because it seemed really fast. Yeah. So first down, that's going to be Burrow dropping back. He's going to be sacked right off. Getting back 7-yard loss on first down, and that's something the Vikings do really well, sacking the quarterback and getting pressure. And they get first play of the game, they get Burrow. As Burrow drops back out of shotgun, he's going to throw it away to avoid the sack on second down. So Vikings look fired up on defense. They're coming with the pressure, and Burrow's going to drop back from under center and get sacked again. So that's Gale with 2 sacks already. And they've had pressure, so that's three straight, third and out. Pressure on the quarterback, 2 sacks there, so that's huge start for the Vikings as Van Davis and company get started on 1st and 10, and they're going to go from under center and drop back on first down. Rolling out of the pocket is Davis, and he's got a man, Smith Marset, 11 yards. He's going to get first down, and so they're going to move the ball first. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, so 1st and 10 from the 34. Davis is going to look for Smith Marset again. He's going to drop the ball that time. And incomplete from their own 34. Van Davis dropping back from under center, and he's going to pass for Smith Marset for a third time, and that's going to be incomplete. As we get to 3rd and 10, Van Davis hanging in the pocket. He's going to complete one, 9 yards just shy of the sticks. So that's going to be not a first down. They're going to have to punt, but it's a short punt, 30 yards, no return, and the Bengals will get started at their own 25. And that's going to be Robert Hopkins, a former 49er, going for 17 yards on first down, up to the Cincinnati 44-yard line as Burrow drops back. And this time he's got time. No, he doesn't. There goes Kyle Stevenson, dropping him for a loss. So that's 3 sacks on 4 dropbacks. But there was a penalty on the play against the Vikings, so that's going to move them into Viking territory. And they're going to get another one after an 11-yard rush by Hopkins again. And there's a face mask. That's going to bring Burrow and company up to the 20-yard line as Burrow drops back. And wow, sacked again. That's the 3rd sack for Gale. 7-yard loss. And they just can't drop back at all. They've dropped back 5 times and been sacked 4. As they drop back a 6th time, and it's another throw to avoid the sack, 3rd and 17. Hopkins is going to run the ball, and they're just going to go easy. No gain there. 44-yard field goal, and the Bengals are going to get on top 3-0. Van Davis and company will get started. 26-yard return out of the end zone, so they'll start at their own 26-yard line. Van Davis and company, they're going to run the ball to the outside. That's Gould. He's going to get stopped by Hooker for a short gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line. As Van Davis goes from shotgun, he drops back. He has time back there, and he's going to get 9 yards for a first down right at the sticks. As there is going to be an illegal shift, it looks like, on Minnesota. That'll drop it back to their own 31, 1st and 15. They're going to run the ball on first down, and that's going to be Holcomb. There's a penalty on Holcomb, so tripping, and that's going to give them an automatic first down up to their own 41-yard line as Van Davis drops back from under center. He's holding Knight in the pocket. No pressure. He's going to complete one, 17 yards, tackled by Holcomb. First down, 41 at the 41 of Cincinnati, 1st and 10. And now Bengals are going to get through and get their own sack as Devin Bush gets through, 6-yard loss. And looks like the Vikings tackle was hurt on the play, as they're going to have 2nd and 16 from the Cincinnati 47. Davis throws the ball away to avoid the sack. So we're now at 3rd and 16 with 3:37 to play in the first quarter. Davis dropping back from under center. He's got a man, first down, and then some. That's Smith Marset again, 26 yards, tackled by Peterson, but not after a big gain in the first down. 2:42 to play in the first quarter, and they're going to run the ball on first down. That's Gould. He's going to get around the corner this time. 7 yards down to about the 13-yard line. They're going to run left side this time. He's got a crease as Carlin, 7 more yards. Tackled by Hooker, but not after getting up to about the 6-yard line. First and goal for the Vikings. Dropping back is Van Davis from under center. He's going to complete one to Smith Marset, and that's caught. Touchdown. He's targeted Smith Marset on every throw. And he's had some incompletions, but that drive, Marset caught some big passes, catches the touchdown there, 6 yards, 7-3, Vikings, 1:34 to play in the first quarter, as first down is going to be a rush after the touchback. So 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. Burrow drops back. He's going to finally complete a pass. He gets some time, gets 7 yards. 3rd and 2 from their own 32-yard line. They're going to run the ball, and that's going to be Hopkins. He's going to be real close to the first down marker, but he's not going to get it. 4th and inches at their own 34, so they're going to punt it, and that's going to be Bishop, 57 yards. Vikings are going to start at their own 8-yard line. 1st and 10, Davis from shotgun. He's going to toss one out to Carlin, the running back, who's going to get 10 yards and a quick first down up to about the 19. 1st and 10 with 14 seconds to play. Davis dropping back. And that's going to be dropped incomplete by Carlin. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at their own 18-yard line. They're going to run the ball, and they've got a crease there. That's going to be Gould. He gets 14 yards. First down, tackled by Zuller up to the 33-yard line. Vikings up 7-3, 14:06 in the second quarter. As Van Davis drops back from under center, and he's going to complete another one. That's 32 yards to Groves. Big play into Bengals territory at the 35-yard line after Groves catches that big pass. Davis from shotgun, dropping back, rolling out of the pocket. He hits Smith Marset for 5 yards up to about the 29-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings as they get about a yard running outside. 3rd and 3 from the 28-yard line. Looking to throw is Davis, and he's going to complete one and get another first down up to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10, Davis drops back. He's looking over the middle. That's going to be Pittman catching his first pass. 11 yards, tackled by Burgess, but not after first down. 1st and goal for the Vikings. Dropping back from under center is Davis. He's going to throw to Groves. That's going to be incomplete. The Bengals defender got a hand in there. Carlin goes outside on 2nd and goal. He's only going to get a yard there. So 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line. 8:06 to play in the half. There comes Van Davis dropping back, but he's going to get blitzed from the outside cornerback, and he'll get sacked for a loss of 9. So they'll have to kick a field goal. 7:07 to play. They kick a field goal, and it's no good. Missed field goal there. Second quarter, 7:02. Burrow and the Bengals are going to get the ball back. Big break there on the missed field goal. They're going to run on first down. That's going to be Hopkins. He's going to go left side, 22 yards, and a first down up to about the 47-yard line. There's going to be a penalty on the Vikings, 5 yards. So 1st and 5 at their own 46, and they're going to run to the outside and get another first down up to the 32 as Hopkins and the Bengals. Burrow drops back on 1st and 10 from the Vikings 31. He's looking left side. That's going to be complete to Jamar Chase. 28 yards up to the 3-yard line. 4:43 to play in the half. Bengals driving. They're looking good, and there goes Larry Miller on the left side. 3 yards, gets a touchdown, and Bengals are going to retake the lead. That's a big momentum shift there. They got the no-good field goal, and turned it around and got points. That's a big shift for the Bengals. 10-7, 4:39 to play. Vikings going to get started from their own 25. Gould going to run outside. He's going to get about 6 yards up to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 4. Van Davis is going to drop back, and he's looking over the top. He's got Groves, and who's going to catch a big pass, 28 yards up to the 41-yard line of the Bengals. 2:58 to play. Carlin's going to run the ball and get no gain. So they're going to say 2nd and 10 at the 41. Davis is going to go from shotgun and throw the ball. Looks like Smith Marset again. Big pass, 32 yards up to the 9-yard line. That's going to be the 2-minute warning. Running outside goes Carlin. He's going to get not much. Stopped by Bush, the 9-yard line. 2nd goal from the 9. Davis is going to drop back from under center, and it looks like Snyder gets through. The defensive tackle drops him for a 5-yard loss, just pushes that center back. So 3rd and goal from the 13. Van Davis is going to go from under center and drop back, holding the pocket. And that's going to be complete to Carlin for 8 yards. There's going to be a penalty on the Bengals. So that's unfortunate. They had him stopped there. They have the penalty, so that's going to give them a new set of downs. Davis drops back from under center, 1st and goal 3, 1:19 to play. And that's going to be incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 3. Davis is going to get sacked by Holcomb, the linebacker. Is going to get through, drop him for a 5-yard loss. The goal from the 8. Bengals holding tough in this red zone defense. As Van Davis drops back from under center, and he is going to look to Pittman, and he's got Pittman across the middle for a touchdown, 8 yards. Big score, 47 seconds. Vikings retake the lead, and now we're seeing these offenses really start to open up and move the ball. It was really defensive, for the better part of the first half of the game, and now the offensive has opened up as Cincinnati had a big drive. Vikings answer right back with a big drive of their own as 34 seconds, 3rd and 10 for the Bengals after an incompletion, a couple incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. As Burrow looks complete to Smith, 24 yards. That's going to be up near midfield, 20 seconds to play. Cincinnati still has 2 timeouts as Burrow drops back and gets sacked by Kenneth Murray for a 7-yard loss, which is going to drop him back to about the 42. Not much time left. Cincinnati, 7 seconds to play. They're going to get one final play, and Burrow's going to drop back, holding the pocket, and that's looking for Hopkins. Oh, that was Larry Miller. Holding the pocket, incomplete. That's going to end the half as Minnesota goes into the locker room up 14-10 over the Bengals. So really good defenses. The red zone defense has really been a thing for the Bengals. Overall, the Vikings have played really good defense. The Bengals did get that turnaround in momentum, which they really needed. They turned around that missed field goal from the Vikings as the Vikings looked like they were going to open up a bigger lead, and Vikings have gotten into the red zone about 3 times now, and Cincinnati's managed to hold them a couple times, and so now Cincinnati's going to get the ball, I believe, on the second half. And, Vikings get the ball to start it. So Burrow and company has had a hard time, but it does seem like they started to find their stride. They used Hopkins a little more, and that opened up the passing game and kind of looked like it stopped the Vikings from blitzing as much. And so that's given Burrow some time, and they've had some big passes and been able to score some touchdowns. Or a touchdown to close out that half, but Vikings answered right back, and that's why the Vikings are undefeated. So it's looking like a close game. Vikings are going to get started with the second half. How do you guys feel? How you feeling, Zimmer?
I think my defense was more or less doing what I decided to do in this game. Unfortunate they got that quick touchdown, but I'm trying to have a lot of pressure early and then basically make them play against long downs so I don't have to worry about the running as much. So I think so far that's pretty much worked for me.
Yeah, you've done a good
Um,
job with that.
but we'll see if it holds up because I've never done anything like this before. So I'm not sure how it'll do in the second quarter. We'll see, or second half. We'll see.
I think
I
that
think the
will.
offense has been good, but had some missed opportunities that could cost us the game. I think if we would have made that field goal, we'd be up a touchdown right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's true. You would be up a touchdown, or maybe you keep that momentum, and you still have them at 3 points, and you're at 17. I mean, you could be up two scores.
Yep.
Cincinnati really needed to answer there, and they did. But they're going to have to play a lot more complete game on offense, and Burrow's really going to have to step up. I think they've only found Jamar Chase once. They're going to need to improve that. Hopkins is really demonstrating to me that I shouldn't have traded him. He's had a great game. He's really keeping the Bengals in it. He's had some big runs. He's got to be up near 100 yards. But
He's
both teams,
6 for
Smith
68.
Marset on the Vikings is he's had some big passes, and I just it's looking exciting. But so far the momentum seems to be in the Vikings' favor, and they do feel like the stronger team in this game.
Hey, sorry. You guys ready to start the second half?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
I said before the thing I started, I might get pulled
Well,
away, and it
give me
happened.
one
So,
second before you do. Let me take a drink of water and get my throat.
I mean, you got anything you want to say about the game, Zach? While we wait for you?
no, I think that little interaction at the end of the first half may end up being the difference in the game potentially. Vikings looked like they had you stop to a field goal. And then they had that penalty, which ended up not only did it give you a touchdown, but it also they would have got the ball back with like a minute 45 left in the game in the second half or the first half. Instead, they got the ball back with like 45 seconds left in the first half. So it cost them 4 points and potentially cost them points on offense. That penalty.
Yeah, it's a good point. That
All right, y'all
penalty was
ready?
a big deal.
Yeah, that was. We'll have to go back and look through the play-by-play later and see who that penalty was on, but that was a really big penalty because they did have him stopped. And I think it might have been an unsportsman too, which that's an after-the-play penalty, so that's even worse. As the Vikings, we'll get started here in the third quarter. Vikings are going to start with the ball their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Van Davis from under center, dropping back, looking for Smith-Marset again, incomplete. This time the defender got a hand in there as 2nd and 10. Carlin's going to run right side, no gain. 3rd and 15 from their own 19. Davis drops back, and he's looking for Pittman Jr. That's going to be complete 10 yards, but not enough for a first down, so they'll punt. Nice 3 and out for the Bengals. Nice punt by the Vikings, so Bengals will get started at their own 11. Burrow's going to go from shotgun and roll out of the pocket, throw incomplete, 2nd and 10. Burrow from under center. He's throwing. He's got his receiver for 12 yards, first down. And that was like their third receiver, so I didn't catch who that was. As Hopkins on first down, he goes right side 3 yards up to the 27, 2nd and 6. Burrow drops back from under center. He's going to roll out of the pocket. And another drop pass. So that's a couple drop passes on this drive from the Bengals receivers as Burrow drops back on 3rd down. This time he's looking for the running back Hopkins, who's going to get 10 yards and a first down. So Hopkins really is playing well in this game as he goes for 1 yard on first down. So up to the 38, 2nd and 9. As you're going to go with Hopkins again, who's going to get 4 more yards. 3rd and about 4 at the 44-yard line. Burrow's going to drop back from under center. Pressure coming. He's going to complete it to McClung, 14 yards, tackled by White. Nice drive going here. Some big third down right there. Converted for Burrow. As on first down, they go right side with Hopkins again. He gets 9 yards at the 33 of the Vikings. Pressure coming. And that's going to be Larry Miller getting sacked by Gale, who I think has 3 or 4 sacks in this game. Loss of 7. As false start after the sack on Davidson. So that's going to put him 3rd and 14, which is too bad. They were driving. And then that penalty, that sack and then penalty kind of drives him back as Miller's looking for McClung. So Burrow might be out of the game, as that's a couple dropbacks from Miller. So 3rd down. And they had to punt it, I believe. Vikings got the ball back. They must have missed a field goal. I didn't catch what happened, but Vikings have the ball back. No points as Davis goes right side to Smith-Marset, 12 yards, up to about the 32-yard line. 5:43 to play in the third quarter, so no points so far. So it's been some little bit of driving, but no points. As 2nd and 2, they're going to run right side up to, that's Gould. He's going to get up to the 47, 1st and 10. They're going to run right side again, and that's going to be Carlin running for 7 yards. Penalty on Burgess, unsportsmanlike. Those penalties are really killing the Bengals in this game. Up to the 30 go the Vikings. Looking right side to Smith-Marset again is Van Davis, 10 yards. And that's going to be up to the 20. First down, 3:17 to play in the third. Vikings are driving. Ellsworth's going to go right side, 2 yards. 2nd and 8 up to about the 17-yard line. Davis drops back from under center, and he's going to look to the middle, and he's got O'Neal, who's going to catch it for 14 yards. 1st and goal for the Vikings. Let's see if this red zone defense can hold for the Bengals as Carlin goes right side and gets no gain. Second goal from the 4. They're going to run left side this time. Gould, left side, no gain again. Third and goal from the 4 as Davis is going to have to drop
Wow,
back.
this defense.
Holding in the
Wow.
pocket, and that's going to be Van Davis looking for Groves. Incomplete. So once again, this Bengals red zone defense comes up big. So they've done a lot of bend but don't break, and it's keeping them in this game 17-10. Bengals going to get the ball back. Decent return up to about the 27-yard line. 29 seconds to play. Running right side is Hopkins, and he's got another big gain, 15 yards. Stopped by Mayfield. First down, up across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Burrow's going to drop back, and he's going to get sacked again. Vita Vua, defensive tackle, 10-yard loss, and that's going to drop them back to, well, that's going to end the third quarter. So it's going to be second and 20 from their own 32 as we start the fourth quarter. Burrow's going to drop back. No pressure this time, and Jamar Chase drops it, incomplete, third and 20, and Larry Miller, I forget. So Burrow's out of the game. That's looking for McClung. That's going to be incomplete. So that's going to be real tough for the Bengals here. They're going to need to get a big stop and a big play as they have a 48-yard punt. Returned a little bit. Vikings get started from their own 30. 14-20 to play. Rushed by Carlin, 2 yards, right side. Second and 8 from their own 32. Vikings dropping back from under center is Davis. And he's going to look for Groves, and that's going to be incomplete. And there's going to be a penalty, false start on Smith-Marset. And then there's going to be a neutral zone infraction on the Bengals, so we're out of the original line in scrimmage, third and 8 from the 32. Davis is going to go from shotgun and drop back deep. He's looking for Pittman, and that's going to be incomplete. Nice stop by the Bengals defense. They're holding tough, keeping them in the game. 17-10 Minnesota. Bengals get the ball back. Deep punt. They're going to start at their own 12. And that's going to be Larry Miller dropping back, and he's going to be looking for Hopkins. Incomplete. Second and 10 for the Bengals. Larry Miller dropping back. He's rolling out of the pocket, and that's going to be a penalty, illegal block above the waist. Driving back a little bit. It's going to be second and 16 from their own 6. At a shotgun, Miller's going to complete one to Hopkins, but no gain. So third and 16 from their own 6. 11:40 to play in the fourth quarter. As Miller drops back, looking for McClung. Broken up by Walls, though. They're going to have to punt the ball. Nice punt from Bishop, 64 yards, no return. Vikings get started at their own 30, up 17-10. Van Davis standing tall, and it's going to be incomplete to Groves. Second and 10 from their own 30. Davis hanging tough again, but there comes Stanley Peterson from the left cornerback, and he's going to get a sack. Hits Van Davis, drops him back at the 20. 10-13 to play, third and 19 for the Vikings. From under center goes Van Davis, and he's looking for O'Neal, and that's going to be incomplete. The defense has really been great, and that's a short punt from Adams, 33 yards, and then it's going to be brought back 19. So great field position for the Bengals at the 36. Here's where you might be able to use the legs of Hopkins to really milk some of this clock and get a touchdown here. So let's see if they do that. They go first down, running Larry Miller on the left side. He gets 2 yards. And then no gain, and it's going to be third and 8. Miller's going to pass the ball, and he's got a man. And that's going to be complete to Jamar Chase, 33 yards, gets stopped right at the goal line. So it's going to be first and goal from the 1. As Miller's going to complete one to Chase again to finish the job and get a touchdown as they tie up the game. So this Cincinnati defense and special teams has really played well and really limited the Vikings when they've needed to. Vikings have gotten some yardage, as they just did right there on first down. Davis finally completes one to Groves. He's had a lot of incompletions over there, and it's a big gain up across the 50 to the 45 of the Bengals. 6:27 to play. Van Davis is going to complete one to Carlin on first down. That's going to be 9 yards up to the 35 of the Bengals. Second and 1. They're going to run left side with Carlin. It's going to be 7 yards, stopped by Zaylor, but not after a first down, up to the 28 of the Bengals. So they're moving the ball here. Go the Vikings as Gould goes right side, 5 yards. That's going to be a neutral zone infraction on the Bengals, which is going to give them a first down. Then we got another penalty on Holcomb. Lots of penalties on the Bengals in this game. One big one that really changed some momentum a little bit for him too. But Van Davis completes one to Carlin, 12 yards. So big answer, and that's what Minnesota's done well in this game. Is every time Cincinnati's done something and been able to shift the momentum, Minnesota's offense has an answer, and they do a quick answer there. And so this is with 3:30 to play, an exciting game. Bengals get the ball back. They're going to run with Tilton this time, 7 yards, and he's going to get up to the 36, 2nd and 2. They'll run the ball again. This time, Danielson, 9 yards, right side, first down, 3:06 to play, up to about the 45-yard line. They'll run this time, Tilton again. He's going to get 8 more yards. And 2nd and 1 from the Minnesota 46. Looks like there was a penalty there. Driving back to right about midfield, 2nd and 6. They'll run the ball again. There goes Donaldson, right side, 5 yards, 3rd and 1. Larry Miller's going to hang tough, and that's going to fall incomplete. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. 2:14 to play. Larry Miller's going to drop back. He's looking left side. That's going to be incomplete. They're going to turn it over on downs. That's huge. They still have timeouts in the 2-minute warning with 2:02 to play. As Van Davis is going to drop back, there is a little bit of pressure. He completes one to Pittman, 20 yards, and 1:44 to play, and they're into Cincinnati territory at the 34-yard line. They'll run the ball with Carlin. He's going to get 8 more yards, up to 2nd and 2, and that's going to be Gould. He's going to get a first down, 2 yards, just over the sticks. And so Bengals have 1 timeout left, 1:32 to play. Carlin's going to get loss of about a yard. 2nd and 11, 1:28 to play. Bengals are out of timeouts. 9 yards by Gould. 3rd and 1 from the 15. They'll get the first down, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it. That's a touchdown, too. Gould gets right side, and that's going to do it. The Minnesota Vikings will be Super Bowl champions. 1:09 to play. 59 seconds to play. Short return. Bengals will get started at their own 15. So big answer. That big drive to answer after the Bengals tied up the game really was the difference. Bengals started driving again. Got across midfield. Minnesota's this is considered the best defense, I think, in the P.S.F.L., and that's why this team is undefeated. And they hold when they need to, and they stop this Bengals offense, hold them to 17 points, get 31 of their own, and they're going to be first-time P.S.F.L. Super Bowl champions. So congrats to Zimmer and the Vikings on completing a perfect season. I've never seen that in any league, so that's quite the accomplishment.
Thank you. God, I didn't think that we'd win that game until the very end. It was so close. And the Bengals defense was incredible. And they didn't have Burrow at the end either, which might have been a big factor in that game. But
yeah, I agree with that. They lost Burrow for a huge portion of that game. I mean, Burrow only threw 6 passes, so Miller was in that game most of the time, 8 of 21. So it may have been a different game with Burrow in, and that's something the Vikings have. I'm just going to mention it. The Vikings have lucked out with injuries. They met the 49ers missing most of their line, and then Burrow goes out early in the Super Bowl, but they get the champion in the perfect season. That is nearly impossible to do, so I have a hard time even doing it against AI sometimes.
Yeah, we lost Cosme in that game, and I thought that might have been a big issue too, because there was a part of the game where Van Davis seemed to be struggling after that, but it seemed to work out.
Yeah, I always hate any time you have a mix-up on your line. Like my rotations on my line, I get really superstitious about them. I feel like if there's any one thing that changes in them, they're just it like screws up every part of your offense.
Yeah, it's really too bad that Burrow went out. It's not any fun to have injuries to quarterbacks, especially in a Super Bowl game. I've seen that happen to other guys before, and that sucks. So I'm sorry, Santoro. Like your team played incredibly.
Yeah, they
The
really
Bengals
did.
played
It
a
was
great
it was a
game.
valiant effort, and I mean Miller did have some heroics of his own. I mean he did complete a big pass there late in the game, did to Jamar Chase, and then finished it off with that 1 yard touchdown that tied it up. But
Can we look at his rushing yards? I think he ran really well.
he ran okay. I don't think 5 for 5. I don't I was gonna say he ran for a touchdown, but he was getting a lot of 2 yard and 1 yard gains. Hopkins 11 carries for 99, and maybe they should have gone to Hopkins more. They were spreading things around, and that's one aspect of this game. Just the type of sim it is. I do wish that there was a way to set, like, if this player goes out, switch to
Yep,
running the ball or something.
absolutely.
Yeah, and congrats, not Zimmer. I don't know how you did it undefeated, and that was
We got lucky a lot. I mean, I think that. I'm not saying my team's bad, but I think that most of the time this doesn't happen. I think there was a lot of lucky spots there, you know?
yeah. I think anytime you go undefeated, there's going to be a tad bit of luck, just from a perspective
Yeah,
of there's some great teams that
in the
have some random
division.
games that they lose like 3 fumbles or something. But I mean, to even come close to, I mean, be able to be in position to even make a run like that takes a ton of an amazing
Oh
team.
yeah,
So
I mean a lot of stuff has to go your way. That's for sure.
yeah, that was a good game. I thought the last touchdown
Yeah, it
kind of
really
made the
was.
score
I
a little
mean, it
bit
was.
lopsided,
I
but that
mean,
was
it was really exciting until about 3 minutes in the game. Even I mean, it was exciting down to the 2 minute warning. It was really that last drive. Bengals got down, under, or maybe just over 2 minutes. Got across the 50. Needed to convert. I think it was a 4th and 1, and weren't able to do it. And I think they should have ran the ball with Hopkins right there. I think that was a mistake of a play call. They called a pass, incompleted it to Jamar Chase on 4th and 1, and they should have just gave it to Hopkins, in my opinion. He's known as a smaller back, so a lot of times teams don't like to use him in the goal line, but I think that reminds me of the Seahawks making the choice to pass at the goal line instead of going beast mode and losing that Super Bowl. That's just I think if they go Hopkins right there, they get a chance to tie this game up. But that's why they call it a game of inches.
it's 2 straight titles for the NFC North and another year of the streak of no 2-time champion in the P.S.F.L. So we'll see who. I don't know who's going to be next. We're running out
I
of
just want to
teams to
say,
not win it twice.
broadly, there were lots of really good playoff games this season. The level of playoff competition was really awesome, I thought.
The competition over this whole entire season and across the league really took a step up this year.
I think that my favorite game of the season.
Look at that first quarter. Burrow sacked,
The
Burrow
Ravens
sacked.
Bengals
No
game,
more. He
yeah.
only
It was.
played.
You sacked him like 5 out of 6 dropbacks on the first of the game or something. That was insane. I was like, for a second, I was like, okay, well, this is just gonna be a manslaughter.
He was still playing in the third quarter, or he got injured. I mean, he was. I think he may have got injured there. I didn't say it, but that's when Miller threw a pass. So he
My
got hurt
defense
maybe
played
off.
Where he got
incredibly
hurt.
well.
So right before the half, huh?
His red zone was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was. It really was incredible. I mean, I'm surprised
Oh,
the Vikings still got 31 points considering all the stops Santoro had in the red zone.
it was stressful to watch, that's for sure.
But really, it was 24-17. I mean, that late touchdown was just that was the game was over at that point.
So we do have the lottery if you want to go through it real quick. Double checking my numbers here. So what has it filled now, Zimmer?
What?
So
I
how's
think
it
it
feel?
looks. I mean, oh, winning the Super
No, I was
Bowl.
talking about winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, I was just
Oh, it's pretty damn. It feels pretty good.
Zimmer's got a target on his head next year.
I know.
I mean, losing to the Bengals in Super Bowl three really sucked. I've lost two Super Bowls and I hate it. So
Oh wait, so
I'm
you've
just
been to
more
three
happy I didn't
Super
lose
Bowls
than I am
too,
that I
then,
won
huh?
at this point.
So you've been to. So this is your third Super Bowl.
Not in this league.
Maybe.
I'm just in leagues. Period.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I lost one to Stewart in the CSFL. That sucked too. Damn you, Stewart. I have my revenge.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. This NFC North. I mean, you can tell having to play such a tough schedule against each other has really molded them into some tough teams. I mean, that's NFC North 2 years in a row, and that's after the AFC really did dominate for a few seasons there. I think what they had three or four in a row.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and generate. So this is lottery one. So all this does is the top team will go into the next lottery. So really, the only one that matters is the first pick. We'll just look at all the teams. So the Cardinals move up from pick 13, and they'll be in the top 8. So pretty big
That's a
jump,
team that needs some
even
youth.
if they don't go.
That's a big deal.
All right, so this is the one that actually matters. Whatever order it is in, that's the final order for all teams. Anybody all watching? Texans have 2 picks. So that's noteworthy.
They need some luck. They haven't had any luck basically the whole week file.
I know that, yeah, they've had the worst. I think most years they've been the top pick lottery odds, and they've usually have like pick 5 or 6, so maybe this will work out better for them. Let's just jump into it.
Perfectly team go 1-2.
All right, so pick 8. All right, Cardinals still a big jump up, so we'll take it. 7, Texans, Titans. So Texans at least jumped 1 spot. Titans fell from 3. All right, so Raiders fell from top pick.
Oh,
So
they fell from 1, yeah.
Washington, Buccaneers, Seattle, and Texans left. All right, Seattle was projected 5, so Texans still alive, Buccaneers alive, and who was it? Commanders? Yeah. All right, so pick one will either be Commanders or Texans. Commanders projected 2, Texans were projected 7. Oh, wow. Look at that. Texans finally get it the year they. And that's ironically the one from Pitt, too. So
Wow.
that trade just got a lot more interesting. I don't know. I think it was for the young tackle. I forget his name.
Congratulations.
So there you go.
People.
Yes and no. Texans, that pick went from 7 to 2. And Commanders were already projected at 2, so they just stayed where they were.
Yeah, so Vigorella has 1 and 7. That means he's a little better than the Bears were this year. So he has to do better than the Bears.
Pretty much.
That's reasonable logic, right?
Yeah. There it is. I'll send that out and post it. And then whenever I do the file, I'll update it tomorrow. So I'll be good to go. And then tomorrow we'll see the actual projected draft order in the file. So that'll be interesting. But I think that's all we got. Congrats again, Vikings, first Super Bowl. And then the offseason fun begins tomorrow. So I'm sure Packers have some trades already planned.
Yeah, it's time to rebuild. You have to trade your quarterback twice every offseason. That's the league rule, right?
Yeah. I expect Davis to be traded now that he won a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna trade everybody. Just total rebuild.
Guess we'll call it a night and enjoy your Super Bowl parade soon. And we'll post about I'll get the file up tomorrow of the off-season file. So we'll get this going soon.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for running the show, Zach. My internet's been terrible. Yeti